Alright, looks like we've landed into the Haunted Mines. Now this may not be the best map for this because we've only got 2 lanes here. Nydus Network is usually better when you've got 3 lanes or something like that. So this may not work too well. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and try this anyway. So we are going to go ahead and get the travel twice as far. I could get the health regeneration increase, but since I'm going to be getting the regeneration, I'm not too worried about that. So let's get the Banelings traveling as farther. I'll be taking the north here because it looks like everybody else is going south. So I could have been putting creep tumors down while I was waiting for the doors, but that's okay. So I'm going to be putting a bunch of these down. I'm going to put them inside here to make it a little bit easier, or a little bit less easy for them to target. Alright, putting down my Banelings to try and help out here. We can see I did a lot of damage to Uther already. You see Uther not being able to get away. So let's go ahead and put down... a Hunter Killer on Diablo. And I'm just kind of keeping my distance back here, putting down more creep, and just generally spamming the line here. I just want to make sure that I do as much damage and make sure that the enemy dies. Again, sustaining as much as possible.
We should capture this mercenary.
All right. Need to be careful about this. There's a lot of enemies here now. Popping a Hunter Killer on Diablo. Predicting where they were going to be there.
Your enemies fall before you.
So the idea here too is since we're on the Haunted Mines, I'm going to probably not go into the mines. There we go. So ultimately what I want to do... No, there's too many enemies here. There's too many allies here. Let's go south. I'm going to go push the south. Because we're pushing hard on one lane, and we're definitely pushing that lane back, but the experience is going to be lost from the south lane. So I'm going to come down here and push back against Raynor. I do kind of wish I had a Nydus Network up already, but that's okay. I can deal without it for now. Put down a few tumors. I get a Hunter Killer on him. Banelings. Yeah, pushing him back. Alright, with that, we'll go ahead and get the Medusa Blades so that I can keep hitting the creep. And you see there too, he's able to push me back a bit and knock me out of my Baneling barrage, so that's another reason why having more Banelings can be a little tricky. Anyway, my thoughts here are not to go into the mines. So I'm going to go ahead and go back a bit. Make it so that Raynor can't hit me. I'm just going to keep spamming him from back here. And if he decides to come at me, well, I'll deal with it. Yeah, that didn't hit him, but it will hit the towers at least. So I'm going to soak up the experience, because when you go into the mines, you're only going to get experience for killing the zombies, of course, right? Which is good. Okay, let's go back here. But if there's somebody up here in the line killing enemies, that's more experience for your team. So if you've got people in the bottom killing the zombies, and then people up top also killing the line, that's more experience. And ultimately that puts you ahead in levels, and that should help you with the game. In the very first time the mines open, you can usually ignore going down. Alright, so I'll go ahead and get Incubation now because I am running out of mana. And I'm going to go ahead and use it now, actually. And then every time that comes up, I'm going to use it. So the first time you can usually ignore the underground, although it's probably not a good idea. You probably want a couple people down there and a couple people up top. And the big thing is, wow, see, look at that. From that sustain, I've already knocked his towers down to no ammo. Let's go ahead and I gotta wait for that. So let's just go ahead and get my mana back with this channel. Alright, Raynor is deciding to attack, even though I have the advantage here. That may not go well for him. Oh, missed the globe. Oh well, that's okay. I've got my sustainability going on here. Every now and then I'm trying to put down a tumor so that I don't forget. Let's grab that. Put that up there so I can maybe get a little bit of vision. What I should probably do is put one of these tumors beyond that grass so that I can see if someone's coming in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that now because I want to know if someone's coming up behind me. I'll just put that up here. And I'll go ahead and get my Nydus Network. I'm going to go ahead and start putting it up. Put it down here by the tower. And I'm going to be back. I'm doing pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to put it up at the base. Although I could. I'm going to put it up here instead. Because I want to bounce back and forth between lines. Uther has basically started his defense in the south here. I'm going to put that there. So now that Uther's in the south, I'm going to come up here and push with the golem. Didn't get there in time. You can see the range that I can just push those banelings out on. Alright. Let's go ahead and pull back. Yeah, I'm up here kind of alone, and I'm pushed a bit far, and I don't have any creep up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help the south against with the Grave Golem. Let's just go ahead and put my Nydus Network up. Yeah, the enemies moved forward much further than they should have been allowed to. The good thing is I can put a Hunter Killer on the Grave Golem. Ah, I missed him. I wanted to hit him with that. Alright, let's put a Hunter Killer on the Demon Hunter here. I can only hope I hit her with that, and I probably won't. I hit the line, though. Putting down some creep. I can't forget the creep. Doing good here. Diablo's down. I better just go ahead and get some mana back. There we go. So I can jump between lanes now at any time. Especially if I just use my back. Let's get away from that. Get these down. Alright, going for my survivability, I'm going to go ahead and get my spell shield. Not that I necessarily seem to be needing it at the moment. Well, maybe now I do. Yep. Demon Hunter was able to use her speed, and she had Abathur helping her out. Unfortunately, in that instance, I was alone, and I did have two guys on me. So my sustainability has been working so far, but in something like that, I just didn't have any towers to fall back to, and I didn't really have too much I could do against two heroes. I still have my Nydus Network up at the north, so I could go ahead and use that to help up there, but the north has been pushed up pretty good. So what I probably want to do is just kind of push back down here and use my sustainability to the advantage of pushing this line. And so the idea is going to be not to really kill the enemy heroes, but to keep them back. Just kind of put down all sorts of damage, put down minions, make it so that the enemy doesn't want to be here. So I'll go ahead and come back here, get onto my creep. And just put these down, constantly doing damage. I'm going to put a Hunter Killer on Raynor. And unfortunately, the game is starting to slow down a bit. I've been noticing a little bit of performance degradation lately, and I'm not sure what's been causing it. And this is one of those moments. I'm not entirely sure what's causing this now. Alright, did a bunch of damage to Raynor there. Not enough to kill him, unfortunately. Gonna have to put some more of my tumors up. Get the regeneration, help it along. This is not easy with the game performing the way it is right now.
Without question.
I may be in need of a reboot, to be honest with you. What I'm probably going to do is stop the I'm going to come back to base real quick and see if I can't get it to perform better by stopping the recording. And I shall be right back, hopefully.
This enemy must be punished.
It looks like I got back just in time for the underground section to be back up. This is not necessarily good, though. I'm going to try and push here and get a little bit of experience in this line. I'm going to go ahead and put another Nydus Worm up. I don't care if that Nydus Worm gets taken out, because I can always make more. Not a big deal. But I am going to get the increased number of Banelings, as I talked about before. And I'm just going to barrage from way back here. Just use my Roachlings, use my Banelings. My team is pushing in the south very well, or pushing underground very well. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Nydus Worm, and I'm going to try and push up on the north now. Zabather's coming down here now, and he's trying to help out the lane. I think I've done a good job of from preventing that. So there we go. There. Let's go ahead and go into the Nydus Worm. Let's go ahead and go back up, because it looks like the enemy is... Yep, they're definitely here, so I need to worry about that. Alright, let's go ahead and get some mana back. Oh, did I get out of there just in time? Well, my allies are up there. I came up here just in time, though, apparently, because I have got all sorts of enemy mercenaries on their way. Well, maybe not all sorts, just one. But enough to be an issue.
Fort destroyed.
Alright, mount up. I'm going to go help out with this golem down here. He's fairly weak. I'm just going to keep spamming my abilities on him. Get the Hunter Killer on him. Get Banelings on him. Not bad. My network is still up down there. It's still up here. The top is pushing pretty well. The bottom is trying to push, so let's go ahead and push with the bottom. Oh, look how far those things go. Alright, Hunter Killer on Diablo. Dropping Roachlings on his head. Dropping Banelings on him. Uh-oh. Let's start running this way. Hunter Killer on the Demon Hunter. Banelings. Nice. Oh, they missed. Oh, but ETC did a really good job there. He basically planted them right where we needed them. All right. See if we can't hit him. Might be too far away. Yep.
The damned shall soon return. Prepare yourselves, heroes.
Dropping roaches from long range, just dropping banelings as well. My entire team is here, so I can just stay back and be a long range bombardment tool. Which is something I do with Sergeant Hammer, actually. It's something I enjoy to do with Sergeant Hammer, kind of attacking at long range. I like being able to siege up a Sergeant Hammer and just do a whole bunch of damage from kind of behind the scenes that the enemy may not be expecting. So just kind of staying back at this point. Drop some roaches, drop some banelings. Okay, let's get a Hunter Killer on Diablo. Oh, that's probably going to kill me. Nice stun. Oh, unfortunately, even though he did a good stun on the Demon Hunter was able to do a Hungering Arrow on me. And Zagara is very susceptible to that kind of stuff. I mean, Zagara is fairly weak. Unfortunately, I won't be able to bolt around until level 20, but that is definitely what I'll be getting to kind of keep myself alive. We'll do that in the future. Now, at this point, we really need to focus on the underground. I could still push up top to try and make sure we get some better experience. It's a thought. I'm not sure. I'm going to be down for the next 30 seconds, though, and it's hard to say what the enemy team is doing. ETC is stunning Uther, but ETC really didn't have any help in killing him, so that seems like it was kind of a wasted opportunity there. Alright, Bolt of the Storm, we're going to go ahead and get that for teleportation. The enemy team, I think, yeah, they're killing,
Did you think you were rid of me? We move.
I'm going to go up here because this is quicker. This is the third time down, I think, right? So, at this point... I can just kill these things so quickly. You can see I just hit the next group real easy, too. Zagara can actually be very useful for these mines with the right Baneling configuration here. Alright, let's get some roaches down here. Hunter Killer... Start focusing on these. Now, initially when you come down, the focus is on the small zombies, right? Because the small zombies, as a whole, are worth more skulls than the big one, at least in the beginning. And then later, the big one, the big golem, is worth more and more and more. And in this case, we can see that it looks like at this point it's probably best to kill the big guy. So let's get my Hunter Killer out, get a bunch of the Banelings out. Now I want to get back up top, so I'm going to put a Nydus Worm right here. And we need to help out here, so... Oh, can I not? Oh, well this is something to know. So I entered the Nydus Network. And there is apparently a bug with the Nydus Network. I cannot use the Nydus Network from underground unless I leave underground. So, I'll report that. I'm pretty sure that's not intended. Alright, let's come down here and get some creep up so I can start moving. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and start killing this thing. It's not going to get too much damage onto our core. But we don't want it to do... We really don't want it to be doing too much. The bad news is they just killed our golem too, but the good news is, look at the core. Their core is down to 41%. If we attack hard, we should be able to do this. So what we probably need to do... Our golem pushes south. Our golem pushes north. They're supposed to south. We could push along the south, probably. It's hard to say. The south is pretty weak at this point from our assaults earlier. Looks like the group is trying to kill some mercenary camps to really help us push. That's a really good idea. I want to push on the south here because they've got these catapults up now because of how much damage they've done. Once they push back into your keep, they can start getting catapults, and we need to make sure this doesn't happen. Now here we can see they've also got some minions. I'm going to make sure that this doesn't... This isn't going to be an issue. We're going to basically start taking these out. It looks like the rest of the team is kind of here to help with that. So let's go ahead and put some creep down to move with. Alright, let's use my long-range Banelings in order to hit the keep. There it goes. I got a Hunter Killer on Diablo. Let's get a Hunter Killer on Raynor. Can I? Yes, I can. Good. Time to start hitting the core. No, they've got two choices. Either they let me hit the core, or they take the damage from the Banelings. It's going to be one or the other. Hunter Killer on Diablo. Oh, we're starting to die here. This may not go well. Let's start throwing out some Banelings. Oh dear. Oh wow, look at those Banelings hit Uther. That was awesome.
Now you shall pay.
Hunter Killer on Raynor. There we go. Or on Shadow Raynor, whatever you want to call him. Alright, I need to pull back a bit and get some... There we go. Nice. Alright, we need to hit this thing. Come on, move in, move in. Not enough. Okay, got a Hunter Killer on him.
More bones for the mines.
Alright, let's heal up a little bit.
As you say.
Well, Demon Hunter took out Rainer, but I should be fine. I should be able to get away. Yeah, that bolt's not gonna... I'm not too worried about that. She won't be able to catch up to me. Cool. Got away. So close, so close. Look at how weak that thing is. Alright, so we really need to push, and I've lost my Nydus Network for the most part.
As you say.
Mount up, mount up. I'm going to try putting Nydus Network somewhere that will be easier to get to. May not be very well hidden, but it doesn't have to be.
Will be complete.
Yeah, lots of damage there, right? So I'm going to try pushing up here with my minions to do as much damage to the enemy core as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go summon a Hunter Killer onto it to try and help out with that damage. And then I'm going to stay well out of its range, letting my minions do the most of it. There it is! There it is. Whew. I'm going to say, Zagara is not exactly easy to play as. There's a lot of neediness from Zagara. You kind of need to have... You need your summons up, or you need to have allies in certain situations. There's a lot of kind of pre-planning in your head, I think, that has to kind of happen as to what you want to do with her. She's very useful, though. Especially for long-range assaults, as you saw there. Now, I probably could have done more against the core if I would have gone for the non-heroic damage rather than the regeneration. But since I was trying to go for the sustain and the levels, which ultimately, I can't really say if that worked or not. I mean, we stayed neck and neck for the longest time. We're both level 23 by the end of that. But it felt fairly good to me. I like Zagara. It's... when I looked at the abilities originally... I felt kind of like, well, Zagara is kind of overpowered. That seems like a really powerful thing. But when you look at the weaknesses compared to the power you also have, you're very vulnerable. Someone that doesn't play Zagara very well is going to basically put themselves in a lot of situations where they're going to end up getting themselves killed if they're not careful. So I think next time what I'll do is I'll focus on doing some damage with Zagara. We'll see how that goes. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Again, please leave some feedback considering some of the new format things I'm doing with... the Heroes of the Storm. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.